It's time for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris at Slumberland Furniture. From Slumberland Furniture in Osage Beach, here are your hosts, William Holtz and Chris Schneider.
Something tells me you're probably not beating the heat over the last week. Record-setting temps, and Uncle Chris here. He's ready to go with the shades.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a hot summer, I think.
Oh boy, is it. It's Will, it's Chris, it's this week's cup of coffee right here at Slumberland at the lake. And Chris, we got a great show this week. Man, big time honor for this guy right here, and the Lake TV crew cleaned up at the Missouri Magazine Annual Awards. We'll talk about that. We got a sweet book from a local author. We're going to tell you about, we're going to review our time. We went out to Blue Cat. We love that place.
Yeah.
And we're going to share how much we love that place and some of the great food they have with a Wild Will and Uncle Chris Taste the Lake segment today. Of course, we'll have our hometown heroes presented by Central Ozarks Medical Center, a few other stories, and of course, we'll get to know this guy just a little bit better with a Fast 10 questionnaire, that and a whole lot more. But before we can move on, we want to give a big shout out to our friends right here at Slumberland at the Lake, and to tell us about all the great stuff they have going on, it's our man, Daryl Cunningham.
Hey everyone, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. Right now we have a flash sale going on with all in-stock inventory and an additional 10% off. This morning when I got to the store, there were 2 semi-loads of furniture to stock us up, so come check everything out. Slumberland Furniture at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
The flash inventory sale, not only is everything 20% off in store right now, they're going to take an additional 10% off for you. And we got here this morning, there was like 600 trucks, 900 crew members, and they have so much furniture in stock at blowout prices. You got to come take advantage of the flash inventory sale right here at Slumberland at the Lake. Man, we're lucky to get to come here every week.
Boy, we really are. I mean, just unbelievable. I like this table here. I'm kind of surprised we still have it because this is like such an awesome table. We've already lost 2 or 3 of our broadcast tables, but yeah, so much great stuff in here. And the people. The people are even better than the furniture, and the furniture is awesome.
Right. Well, they always say, the adage is that people don't buy products and services, they buy people. Well, here at Slumberland, you get the best of both worlds. Great people, great products. So stop by and see them. And when you do, tell them that Uncle Chris and Wild Will sent you. And speaking of Uncle Chris, big time honor. They got it right. This year's Missouri Person of the Year is our very own Chris Schneider. Congratulations, my friend.
Well, I'm not sure they got it right.
They sure did.
It was a big surprise. Obviously, very, very kind honor and everything. But I'm still processing it. I'm still trying to figure it out, But the one thing that I do know that I've learned from that is that there are a lot of people more deserving than me of that. So I'm not sure why they decided to bless me with that, and they did, and that's fantastic, but I know I don't deserve it.
Well, if you look on Lake TV's Facebook page when we had announced that, the comments were overwhelming from everyone in our community, not just the Person of the Year, a lot of people said, Person of the Decade. The sentiments were overwhelming, so many, and they did definitely get that right. This guy's as humble as it gets, but probably the most accomplished man here at the lake, and this is how you always handle stuff like that. But yeah, you are the Person of the Year in my eyes, and everyone else out there who voted and supported. And Lake TV also took home the video production team for the 3rd straight year, and our buddy KB, his show What's Burnin' was the #1 new TV or radio show in Missouri. So it was a great night for Lake TV. We want to thank everyone who voted and supported, and thank Sherry Cranford with Missouri Magazine.
Well, and you won the TV Personality of the Year for like the 100th straight year or something like that.
They took it away for bad performance Thursday night. They took away my award and they banned me from the Academy. They said, you're like Will Smith, you're never welcome back. But I will say, the one that I think they got right 100% was you being the Person of the Year. There's no one more deserving, and so that was awesome to see.
I think everybody on the Lake TV staff deserved that award more than I did, And everybody that I run into around town most of those people deserve it more than I did. So
You know who says...
I'm not giving it back, but I don't deserve it.
You know who says stuff like that? The person of the year, and that's probably why they awarded you. So we want to thank them again. Congratulations to all the local winners here in our area. And for the next year, we will be proud that we have the person of the year as our GM, my co-host, guy leading our sports department, host of the Community Spotlight. You'll see him on top of the hour. There's nothing on Lake TV that you don't do and do well. So super cool. All right, so our next story, a local author. They sent us this book right here. We were pretty excited. You gonna wear the shades the whole show?
I don't know. Sometimes these are like, mesmerizing, so I just, cover
Yeah,
them
the
up, so.
viewer might get lost in those eyes, right?
I take those off, people start calling me Fabio, so.
Well, and if you keep them on, they start calling you Brad Pitt, so.
I know you can't win either way, right?
That's awesome. All right, so our local author from Climax Springs, she publishes a collection of poetry. It's called The Years Know No Time by Gabrielle Tavis, and it's a new book, and it's been released by Doris Publishing, and it's her life story written in poetic form, and behind each poem are her real raw emotions, how she felt, what she was going through, and it touches Chris on love, hurt, suicide, loss, and so much more. Some real heavy stuff. You get some real transparency here, and it's about a girl with a deep, dark past left all alone in a dark, cruel world, and how she found light and hope within herself. Her goal with this book is to minister to and help young girls that may be going through the same things that she went through, and she says if this book changes just one life, saves one life, or helps one person, it will have accomplished what its main purpose was all along. And as an author yourself, I don't have any experience authoring or penning a book. It's a long process, and to share your experiences in the hopes of helping others is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really is. And you look at her story, comes from a background of abuse, grew up with a mother who was kind of in and out of her life. Her dad died of a heart attack when she was 18, and so her life went off the rails, it sounds like. But she was able to put it back together, and it takes a strong person to be able to overcome that, put it back together. And I think one of her outlets, one of her ways of dealing with all of her pain and her issues and hurts and stuff was to write poetry, which is apparently, what this book is a part of. She's now married to her high school sweetheart, has 3 beautiful daughters and stuff like that. So she has been able to overcome and get her life back on track. And this is a big avenue. And I think from what it sounds like, she's hoping that her poetry is able to help others in a similar situation.
I know for me personally, a lot of times reading devotionals and people's stories is incredibly uplifting and helpful. And so to do that, really cool. It's a 68-page paperback, and it retails for just $11. You can buy the ebook online for just $6 if you don't want to have the hard copy. But I'd recommend getting the hard copy so you can flip through it. Some great poems. Would you be there? I want to be able. I don't know. And just some heavy stuff, and it can offer some serious peace and opportunity for growth. And you're welcome to go online. You can see right there on your screen, whether it's from the Google Play Store or, of course, on Amazon, you're able to buy that. So The Years Know No Time, Gabrielle Tavis from Climax Springs, Missouri. Super cool. And we encourage you guys to pick up a copy of that.
Yeah.
All right, so in our next segment, one of our favorite news segments, it's Wild Will and Uncle Chris Taste the Lake.
Yeah, we love that, don't we? Man, that's goodness.
We get to go around to different places around Lake of the Ozarks and experience the food, the service, the nuance of the place. And last weekend we were able to go to Blue Cat Tavern and Grill in Roach, Missouri.
Love that place.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, new owner Kelly Miller, she bought it recently, and she's really amped up the food and the entertainment and stuff like that. And when we went, I happened to get the sirloin with scallop potatoes, and even better than that was this sauteed veggie blend. Now, don't panic. You don't get to see me eat veggies often. I did it for the effect of the camera.
Right, yeah, that was the only reason, that's for sure. But even before that, we got an appetizer that was freaking awesome.
Oh, the Blue Cat Tavern fries. I've never seen anything like this. So these big old waffle fries.
Yeah.
You get the pulled pork, you get the cheese, you get the brown gravy, all in that skillet. And you didn't get many because I didn't really stop eating them.
I thought I was going to lose a hand if I kept reaching in.
You very well could have. There was one left, and I thought you were going to try to get it from me. I had my fork ready, but the sirloin was awesome. Some of the sides are very different. You won't get a lot of places. Home-style scallop potatoes and those sautéed veggies. And you had something. What'd you have?
I had pasta, right?
Chicken Alfredo.
Oh, man. I love Alfredo. I love pasta in general, and man, they have a good one. A really good one. I tore into that, and there was not much left.
I wanted to try it because I hadn't tried it, and that was my turn to lose a hand.
Yeah, if you would have reached over, it would have been gone, that's for sure. Blue Cat is so good, and Mrs. Uncle Chris and I, we go over there quite a bit, eat a lot, good beverages and all of that, so it is really good. In Roach, it's a little out of the way. You gotta, want to get there a little bit, but not that far.
And for us, with our office and our studios being in Greenview, you just take 7 down to Irontown Drive, and it's about a 10 to 12 minute drive down there. And if you like places off the beaten path, it's not on the water, but man, it is a hidden gem in one of the lake's best kept secrets. And we loved G, our server. She was awesome. Took great care of us. And they do so much, Chris. They do live music on Friday or Saturdays, and they have big time bands. I'm talking duly noted Marcus Words, Lucas Beebe, Sax on the Beach. I mean, high quality bands. And if they play on Friday, they'll have karaoke on Saturday and vice versa. So Friday and Saturday, you have an opportunity for some live music. Monday night is family night. Kids eat free. And then you and I can go in there and we can have 2 burgers, 2 fries, 2 sodas for $15.99 if we take our kids.
They probably consider us kids because we act like it.
So
that's good.
I would imagine. Specials every night. They got extreme bingo on Wednesdays, Thursday cornhole. Here's my favorite thing: 50-cent wings on Thursdays, and that's hard to find. Happy hour every day, 2 to 5, and their hours, they're closed on Sunday, Monday through Wednesday, 2 to 10, Thursday, 11:30 to 10 p.m., and on Friday and Saturday, 11:30 to midnight. They got great food, great specials, music, events, and they're huge supporters of charity. Of course, they were a big supporter of our charity event with Wonderland Camp at Captain Ron's, the bartending event. So big shout out to Blue Cat Tavern and Grill. Again, off 7 and then Irontown Drive in Roach, Missouri. And tell them that Wild Will and Uncle Chris sent you, and they'll take good care of you. But I can't wait to go back. I'm hungry after talking about all that again.
Me too. It's not on my diet though, because whenever they give me a big old plate of pasta, I eat the whole plate. I'll take that down.
But I gotta tell, I'm pretty proud of you the last couple months, because every time we go out, if you're not forced to try something exotic or different, you got a salad.
I'm trying to eat a salad.
You're doing good, man.
Absolutely.
You're maybe gonna inspire me to drop a few lbs here, but
hasn't worked yet, so I'm they're still here.
Hey, in the words of David Leatherberry, our new editor, progress and growth is not linear. Okay,
so that's good. I like that.
Yeah, that came from David. Words of wisdom from David Leatherberry. All right, so in our next segment, really excited. We've done it the last couple of weeks. It's our Hometown Heroes presented by Central Ozarks Medical Center. And Chris, the Lake of the Ozarks made up with so many incredible people, and each week we're able to highlight a special individual or couple or group of people. And this week, I don't think we could pick anyone better than our Hometown Heroes.
I agree 100%. Somebody that we know and have known for a while, somebody who's been through the hard times of life and been able to overcome, bounce back, and use that to help other people. He's one of those people that you just love to be around. He picks you up, he helps you, he offers you wisdom, and gives you strength through the hard times.
I wonder if people already know who we're talking about just by that little intro. We're talking about Chad and Katie Brewer with New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Them and their incredible family, their sons Dakota and Zane. Dakota's married to Faith. They have a new baby, Kanan.
I haven't met the kids yet.
Oh, they're awesome. And Chad and Katie now got their first grandbaby.
Wow.
And so Kanan, they love that. And then they got Danica and her boyfriend Jake. And of course I mentioned Zane. But they have New Spring Wellness Center. And the story behind this, if you guys don't know about New Spring Wellness Center with the drip treatments, the NAD, all kinds of different health and wellness that are alternative. But it's an inspiring story from Chad and Katie. And it's about overcoming perseverance, unconditional love. And because of what NAD did for them, their marriage, their family, they gave up a very, very profitable career in business to bring this to Lake of the Ozarks, because they said, what this did for us, we want everybody to have this type of transformation, this kind of redemption. And so they brought it down here. And if you go into New Spring Wellness Center, Chris, and you know this firsthand, they invest and encourage everyone.
Yep.
They're giving, they're loving, compassionate, and they're mama and papa bear to so many of us here at the lake, myself included, and even people that are older than them. They're still mama and papa bear because the love and compassion. I really can't say enough about how much they've done for me personally. I mean, Chad's a mentor of mine, a counselor of mine, a Christian leader in my life, and Katie is just unbelievably kind and compassionate, and that coupled together, like you said, you just can't get enough of being around them.
No, you really can't, and they fit together really well.
Yeah.
You know, Chad can be powerful and boisterous, and I mean, he's a real.
He's strong. He's charismatic.
And then Katie's kind of quiet behind the scenes, but probably the boss.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
oh yeah.
She does most of the publicity stuff, the on-camera stuff, because I think that makes Chad a little nervous or uncomfortable. So Katie does a lot of that. But they're just wonderful people. They're very strong believers, very, very moral lives. And you know, Chad, being a recovering alcoholic, you know, he tells this story, and it helps so many people because they need that strength, his strength, to help them through their walk as well, and he does that. He gives that.
Yeah, I'm relying personally on Chad. You know, just an amazing guy. Katie's, like you said, right there, just a power couple at the lake. And if you don't know Chad and Katie Brewer, just stop in at New Spring Wellness Center. Forget the products and services. It's the people.
Yeah.
And I love the drip treatment.
Yeah.
I love all the services, but just spending time with them is what it's all about. So this week's Hometown Heroes, presented by Central Ozarks Medical Center, is our good friends Chad and Katie Brewer. We love you guys. We thank you for everything you guys have done, not just for us. You look around the community, and there's so many influential people that they play a huge role in their lives. And so that was very fitting.
I think they've actually saved lives, because we know people that got sick with COVID that were really struggling. They went down to New Spring, got the IV drip, and turned them right around. Really helped them out.
And absolutely. And so that's there's so many things too that they're rolling out now that are going to be beneficial. So as we move forward, we look forward to bringing you guys a Hometown Heroes every week. If you guys want to nominate a Hometown Heroes, it's pretty simple. Go to mylaketv.com, go to contact, and then on your options, you hit that drop down arrow and you hit Hometown Heroes, and then you send a nomination. Include photos or whatever you want to of them, so we can include some photos of them for people to see.
That'd be great. Photos are great.
We love
those.
photos.
Yeah.
We got a lot, as you guys saw there, of Chad and Katie. But as we move on, this was a cool story. Chris, you put this in front of me a few weeks ago, and it was from May 11th. LakeExpo.com came out with this, and I saw the headline, and I was kind of perplexed. But there's a new area code coming to Lake of the Ozarks in central Missouri. So what does that mean for 573?
You're right, absolutely. So I didn't even know there was a group or organization or whatever that did this, but it's the North American Numbering Plan Administration. Sounds like the government, doesn't it? NANPA. So they announced that a new area code is coming for us. It is the 235 area code. Will be joining the 573. We all know 573, right? If you see the 573 area code, you know it's somewhere local, but there's so many people moving in, so many cell phones, they need another area code to make sure that there are enough numbers to go around. So what this means for our area is numbers will not change. Existing numbers will not change. So if you've got a 573 number, that's still going to be your number. Right. That doesn't have to change. The price of a call, coverage area, other rates and services, that's not going to change either. What is a local call now will still be a local call then. Customers in the overlay region, that's where the two area codes will be mixed together. They have to use the 10 digits. You know, if you've moved here from other places, bigger cities or whatever, you have to use the 10 digits anyway. You got to use the area code numbers and everything. Here locally, a lot of times you could get by without dialing the 573, but now you're going to have to dial the 573 because of that all the 911 numbers and stuff, those will still be in place, just like normal. They still not 100% sure when this is going to kick in, but it'll probably be soon. And just in case you were wondering, I was wondering this at some point, where does the 573 area code cover? So it is not limited to, but basically Jefferson City, Columbia, Rolla, Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluffs, Sikeston, Mexico, Hannibal, Camdenton, Waynesville, Farmington, Caruthersville, Osage Beach, Eldon, stuff like that.
All those areas. And I was curious why maybe this. It says because by 2025, because of the amount of people coming, there'll be no more 10-digit combinations.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
Just run out of numbers. Absolutely, yeah.
So that would be the reason. So no panic. Not sure, like you said, Uncle Chris, when that will kick in, but that is coming. So in the next few years. So as we move ahead, look at sports and national stories. Sports, look like the only team that I have an interest in, obviously, hockey. Sabres for me, number one.
Yeah.
Probably, used to be Blues. Let's say Oilers number 2, St. Louis Blues number 3. But I like the Lightning, and I bet you know why I like the Lightning.
Because they're champions, man.
No, Pat Maroon.
Oh, yeah, Maroon. He won a Stanley Cup with the Blues.
He's a local boy from St. Louis.
That's right. Grew up there, and then for some reason, they trade him, and ever since they traded him, the team they traded him to has won the Stanley Cup, right? So, but they're back in the finals. And they weren't supposed to be because they were kind of having a down year, right?
Yeah, they were struggling. They weren't real high up in the standings. But when you have a team that has that championship caliber, they've been there before, as long as you get to the dance, right? As long as you get to the playoffs, we've seen it time and time again in professional sports, college tournaments. If you get there, anything can happen. For the Lightning, they've been there before. And the reason, like I said, I love them is Pat Maroon, local guy, came back to St. Louis for a year, finally wins a Stanley Cup, finally helps bring a Stanley Cup to St. Louis. Like you said, for whatever reason, he goes off to Tampa Bay. They've won the last 2 years and they're headed back, meaning Pat Maroon has played in the last 4 Stanley Cup finals. And it's not like he's a big stat guy. He's a defenseman. It's not like he's going to have a ton of goals and assists, but he'll hit and he'll defend his teammates and he kind of sets the tone. And so I'll be rooting for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Are you really? You're going to be rooting for them, huh?
Hey, I'm not rooting for Colorado.
Yeah, no, Colorado. I think Colorado's going to win that because they're just so good. I mean, they swept the Oilers in the last round. The Oilers are great. I mean, it kind of goes to show you how well the Blues were playing because the Blues gave them a really good series. If a couple of things could have gone differently, they might have been able to actually pull that out. But really, the Avalanche dominated that series. They were the better team. And the Avalanche have been great all year long. It's going to be a good Stanley Cup Finals, but I think Colorado's going to win.
I'm taking Tampa Bay in 7 games. You're taking Colorado.
Yep.
And Andrew and I both said kind of that same thing. In the Blues and Avalanche series, it seemed as if the Blues weren't playing that great. It didn't seem like the Avalanche were that strong. Then when you saw the Avalanche play against the Oilers and they dominated, it's like, well, maybe the Blues really were playing a lot better than we realized because they kept them in check. Had a chance in that Game 6 to send Game 7 back to Colorado, so should be good. I said we're done covering hockey, but
and if Bennington didn't get hurt, there's a chance the Blues would have won that series.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so upcoming Lake of the Ozarks events. Of course, this last weekend we had our attempt for the Lake of the Ozarks boat parade. They were trying to set the Guinness World Record. They did come up short, but a valiant effort. And actually, it was surprising because this year, a lot less boats than last year in the first attempt. A lot more promotion, cheaper to get in. I think fuel prices probably ended up being the demise of that world record.
I think so too, and I've noticed, we have noticed, living on the lake, that the boat traffic is way down this year, and I think that's all about the gas prices. But I do think that probably played a role in the boat parade because I don't even know that they got half of the number of boats they got last year. So it'll be interesting to see moving forward if they try that again or if they give that a break or what they do.
I remember just a couple months ago as gas was, approaching $3.70, and I was like, well, an extra 60, 70 cents a gallon over the course of a 20-gallon tank, not a huge deal. They're getting up to like $4.79, $4.89. That's going to start making a difference to put a tank of gas in the vehicle.
Yeah, and if you're buying it on the water, then it's even more. It's like, over $5 now, and that's going up.
And boats eat gas probably a little heavier than the cars do, don't they?
Oh, yeah, boats go through it. So I think what we might be seeing is people are still coming here they're just not getting on the water as much, maybe going out to restaurants and doing that kind of a thing. Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
But there are some people that can't even afford to come here because of the gas prices or the everything else going up. I mean, some families are struggling just to feed the family right now.
You're not kidding, man.
It's tough. We're in interesting times.
No doubt about it. We did talk about upcoming events. Father's Day this weekend. You guys got big plans for Father's Day?
No, just taking it easy, man.
Very nice.
That's the best Father's Day, right? Fathers is just sitting on the couch in your underwear and scratching yourself.
Well, Unique, it says, babe, what do you want to do for Father's Day? She wants to, whatever you want to do. And I was like, honestly, I said, after church, let's go grab lunch, go home, and let me sit in the recliner and do nothing.
There you go.
It would be great. But
That's right.
I think we're going to end up going to Columbia anyway.
Are you?
That's what she wants to do.
Okay. See, it's Father's Day, right? Yeah.
Right. But
it's like the guy on the sideline saying, hello, Mom, and love you, Mom. Where's Dad? Right?
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, there is a couple of cool Father's Day brunches or buffets going on at Captain Ron's from 9 to 11. They'll have an awesome spread for you. Very, very good. And then also Chances Are has their breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So 2 options on the west side of the lake. I also know there's some other things going on. You can go to Bear Creek Valley Golf Club or Resort out there off of 42. They've got a great spread for Father's Day. So lots of options. But moms and wives and kids, keep in mind that your dad really wants one thing, and Uncle Chris, you already told us what that is.
Sex?
No. Oh,
that's not it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sit on the couch and do nothing. That's out of control. This guy, we got to keep him censored. All right, so as we move ahead, weekly segments. Chris, you got a little inspiration or trivia for us this week?
I do. You know Paul Bear Bryant, right?
Oh, maybe the greatest college coach of all time besides Coach Gary Pinkel.
Or now somebody Gary went to school with, Saban at Alabama. That guy is like...
I don't know who Saban is.
But for the longest time, Paul Bear Bryant was the greatest college football coach. So here's his quote. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Interesting little addition from Coach Paul Bear Bryant. Not the will to win that matters. It's the will to prepare to win.
But so true.
It is true.
I mean, anything that we do in life, if you go into it blind, you're going to have more room for error, even if you want to do well. Mm-hmm. But if you prepare and you're intentional about it, so that hits home. That's absolutely a great quote. All right, so we got to look at what's going on Lake TV. Man, this Lake TV Community Spotlight show that we've been running, Chris, this was your brainchild. You said we got to start bringing on some of these influential playmakers that make a difference in people's lives and here at the Lake of the Ozarks. And you have had some amazing guests that I would have dreamed of sitting down and interviewing with. And this week on the Lake TV Community Spotlight, we have Dave Tomlinson from the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah, and we met him right here on the Cup of Coffee show. He came by to last year to promote the Alzheimer's Walk for Life, and so we met Dave, and his story is, he was married, his wife got Alzheimer's, she has since passed away, but, hit him so hard that now he basically lives his life to help Alzheimer's people and promote, helping this. So we've got him on the show. He tells a story and it's really good. But we've got so many great shows coming up for you. The shootout's coming up. So we've got Ron Dugan and his wife Nicole, and we'll find out about the family behind Shootout, and all of that. Randy Kent, I call him Superman from Marine Concepts. He's in the Hall of Fame. Just a ton of people like that. The guys over there from Performance Boat Center, like Myra Coyle and Brett Minier and Rusty Williams, all those guys. We'll get all of their story. It's so much fun. Yeah. So be sure to watch that. That's 9, 3, and 7 every day on Lake TV.
Also, look out for the recap from the Shootout Golf Tournament. The annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout Golf Tournament was Monday at Lake Valley. We'll have a sweet recap. And our friend David Leatherberry put together an awesome recap from the Canine Cannonball this past weekend at Dog Days, so you can be on the lookout for that. Outside of that, of course, What's Burning with Kevin KB Burns, the #1 new TV radio show in the state of Missouri, 7 a.m., 5 and 11 p.m., and then, of course, all the great content Lake TV's got rocking. You can check us out on all Lake TV platforms. Big shout out to Andrew Evans, the guy that makes the magic happen each week right here on Cup of Coffee. Big shout out to Jill Ray and her entire crew right here at Slumberland at the Lake. Until next week, Wild Will, Uncle Chris, we'll see you then.